Hello, my name is Ms. Ouimette, or Ms. Bair, whichever your students choose to call me, and welcome to Parent-Teacher Conference. The first thing we're going to look at is what we've been learning so far this semester. So we started out with our unit on plate tectonics. So we looked at how the different ways these plate moves cause changes on our Earth's surface. So mountains, to rift valleys, to flat plains, and all these different things. And next, we're going to get into weather. And so it'll actually relate to a lot of these land features, but also to ocean currents and air currents, and how those things can affect the weather that we get in our area, and also our different climates. And then next, our last unit of this semester will be natural resources. So we'll look at where we find these natural resources, why they're where they're at, and how humans can impact their availability. So it should be a really fun second semester. Now, the thing that I'm sure you are all worried about is grades. So the first thing, you can check your grades on Skyward. That'll be the most up-to-date place. On Canvas, because I have online and in-person students, and sometimes they do different things, grades aren't always as accurate. So make sure you're checking Skyward so that you see exactly what your student has. Because that is where I'll combine online and in-person assignments and put them all into one grade, and so it'll just look a lot cleaner. Late work and redo attempts. If your student is struggling a little bit in my class, this is what can really help them. I accept late work up until the end of the term with no penalty. Same with redo attempts. If they just didn't like their score on an assignment and they want to come talk to me and figure out how to do better, that is 100% okay, and I will help them figure it out so that they can get that score that they want. You'll notice often that missing assignments are really what's hurting their grade. So if they get those missing assignments in, that'll often bring their grade up. Sometimes it's just as simple as they forget to submit, right? Our lives are busy and they just forget to push that little button and submit. So sometimes that's all it is. And lastly, if you are absent, check Canvas. Everything is going to be there. It'll be organized by date. So they just go figure out what date they missed and they can look and see what's under there and what they need to do. So here's what grades look like on Canvas, just so that you guys have an idea. This is my last semester for 7th grade, so it is a little different, but it is organized the same. So you'll see there's going to be assignments listed. If they have a score by an assignment, that should be the same assignment in Skyward. So if it's not the same, they should come talk to me and we'll get that figured out. If they have a missing assignment in Skyward and you come and check in Canvas and there's a little line, it means they have not turned it in yet. So they should get onto that and go see if they just need to submit it. If there's a little piece of paper there and it's missing in Skyward, that little piece of paper means they have submitted it. They have turned it in, but I haven't graded it. It takes me a week to sometimes a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks to grade missing assignments. It just depends on how many assignments are being turned in and how many new assignments we're doing that need to be graded. Because I always grade new assignments just so that those are in and kids can get working on those first, and then I go back and grade any redo attempts and late work. So it does take a little bit of time sometimes, but I will get them in as soon as I can. Next, this is what my home page of my Canvas looks like. So if your student's ever absent and they need a little help figuring out what to do, this is where you go. Everything, as you can see, is organized by date. So this is from last semester, but it'll look very similar to this semester. So you figure out what date you were missing, and under it you'll see, like for September 16th and 17th, there are 2 things. There's an online and in-person pseudoscience assignment, and you know it's an assignment because underneath it says 15 points. So that's how many points that work goes towards their grade. And then underneath that, there's an online pseudoscience lesson. That lesson's really important because that is where I put information like PowerPoints or videos, or where I explain what they missed that day. So they need to do that lesson first. They need to make sure they get that information and get that explanation of what they missed before they start their assignment. Some of them really eager and like to just jump in and do the assignment, but they end up missing important information. So make sure they check that lesson first and then get into their assignment. And lastly, if you would like to contact me with specific questions, I would love to answer your questions. So you can email me at ebair@alpinedistrict.org, and we can arrange a time to either meet over Zoom, or we can just email back and forth real quick about some questions you have. For Parent-Teacher Conference, I'm available February 18th from 4 to 7, but I'm also generally available on Wednesdays if you ever want to just chat real quick about your student. So hopefully that helps. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope to talk to you soon.